Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be trying to come to you every week in the newsletter to bring a little bit of real estate information. This week, I just wanted to give a recap on our return from the National Association of Realtors conference held in Boston. We just returned back from that conference, and one of my favorite sessions is always Lawrence Yun. He brings a lot of information, relating to our economy and how it's affecting the housing market. So we'll try to keep these short so you guys can get on with your day and just get little tidbits of information. So a couple of the highlights from his session. He expects 6 to 8 rounds of cuts to happen this year with the Fed fund, the federal funds rate. But he cautioned that mortgage rates may not fall. Just like we're seeing right now. So he further expanded to say that, part of the reasoning is because of this, the massive national budget deficit is affecting how much money there is in the market, and that's affecting the ability of mortgage rates to come down because with the U.S. government borrowing so much money, there's less money available to lend for mortgages. That was his point on that. He did also say the U.S. dollar should be weakening from this big, he called it a scary deficit, but it's not because people still believe in the power of our United States economy. He also said this is a no-brainer, in order to get the housing costs under control, we have to increase supply. He did say we need to get more people back into the labor market to help relieve inflationary pressures, which will then bring rates down. A couple of interesting stats. Cash buyers have hit an all-time high at 31% of overall sales nationwide. Locally here in Worcester County, I think probably not as much in Wicomico or Somerset, but in Worcester County, we were consistently seeing higher cash buyer sales data earlier in 2024, sometimes equaling 50% of our sales. Another tidbit that he gave us was we have our lowest share of first-time home buyers, comprising only 24% of buyers nationwide. But astonishingly, 1 in 10 first-time home buyers are cash buyers. Yoon discussed that the cash is coming from, again, maybe a no-brainer for you, mom and dad, but also stocks, crypto sales, and 7% of those first-time home buyers using cash are using inheritance. But that's not looking at the median age of a first-time home buyer now being 38 years old, that does kind of fall in line. It makes a little bit more sense. Rings true. So millennials purchasing homes for the first time are putting further demand of pressure on the market and the need for more housing, as all of those millennials start to purchase their homes. He mentioned a silver tsunami that is not happening, meaning the aging population is not selling their homes as expected, which is further putting a pinch on housing inventory. He also said that 61 is the average age of a repeat buyer. That's also playing into housing inventory. For cost savings, multi-generational home buyers have hit an all-time high. And then another interesting tidbit that he gave us is due to a drop in marriages changing the buyer demographic, single women are a quarter of all first-time home buyers, more than doubly outpacing single men who are at 11%. So I thought that was also interesting. FSBOs are at an all-time low at only 6% of sales nationwide. And, sellers don't want to leave money on the table and are relying on the use of a seller's agent. He kind of ended the day stating on a positive note, saying after an election and regardless of the outcome of who won, more due to the removal of uncertainty, there will be an increase in home sales. So let's hope that holds true for everyone, and especially here for us at Coastal Association. Thanks for your time.